What's poppin', YouTuber? Welcome to my channel, Astro Finesse. It's your boy, Little Finesse Jiggy Hippie, back with another video for y'all. In this video right here, we're going to be talking about if you have Moon squaring Pluto. And I'll pause for the cause. If you don't know how to find your aspects placements, if you don't know how to read your birth chart, if you don't understand why it's so important that you have to look at yourself through astrology, study yourself through astrology, love yourself through astrology and numerology. If nobody put you on to this information yet, don't worry, I got you. There's a couple of videos. I put the link in the description. You have to watch them first to become hip to the knowledge of what I'm about to talk about right now. So if you look at your birth chart or your natal chart and realize you have Moon square Pluto, this video is for you. So without further ado, let's just get it popping, shall we? Now, talking about Moon squaring Pluto, first of all, what does square mean in astrology and aspects in our birth chart? So a square, as we know, is when two planets in your birth chart are 90 degrees away from each other. And a square it's called a harsh aspect or a hard aspect. It causes tension, it causes friction, it causes pain into whatever two planets are aspecting each other. It causes them to square up or to not be in harmony with each other, to the point that it forces us, as we're feeling this in our birth chart, it forces us to take action in whatever planets are squaring each other. So squares are inner tensions that we go through. It's going to be internal transformations, internal tensions that we go through. It's going to be things that we're going to be projecting outwardly to others if we're not healing ourselves from the inside. So squares are internal friction, internal turmoil that we feel and that we have to put into action to change it, to either keep feeling that tension and just keep projecting out the negative aspect of that square, or feel the tension, pay attention to the tension, and to change the aspect of the square in order to actually propel us and to progress in this reality that we live in. So now we already know the Moon energy is one of the most important planets we have in our birth chart. Moon ruled by Cancer. Moon in our birth chart represents our emotions, represents our family, represents the past, it represents our motherly energy, that nurturing energy. So our motherly, whoever mothered us growing up, our childhood, represents our ancestral past, represents anything domestic, our home life, represents showing love in relationships type things when it comes to feeling safe. So Moon energy in our birth chart is our safety and security energy, our safety and security planet. Now we already know the Pluto energy. Pluto, ruled by Scorpio, rules the 8th house, rules destruction, chaos, it rules death because it rules transformation. So before something can transform, the old version has to die first so the new one can be resurrected. So it rules death and transformation. It rules chaotic energy. It rules unpredictable changes. It rules the underworld, hidden secrets, control, and power, which is very big for this placement. So when you have our security blanket, when you have our motherly energy, our home life, our domestic life planet squaring up or in tension with the planet of Pluto, which is destruction and chaos and transformation and resurrection, and that Pluto energy, what happens when you have this placement? So first of all, understand that whenever I'm talking about moon placements, you already know, I already said it's going to get mad deep. I'm not trying to get all deep and mushy-gushy and all that, but when it comes to our moon energy, because it's so personal to us, remember when I say in my rising sign series, the moon is like our bedroom that you only let certain people go into, so only certain people really understand who you are for your moon sign. So the moon is so personal to us, it's so close to us, that when you have the planet of Pluto squaring up or in tension with it, it could be very difficult having this placement basically. So this placement is not easy. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to describe some characteristics. I'm going to describe what it's like having this placement so that if you have it or if you know someone that has it, you can understand where they're coming from. You can understand like why they act the way they act and why they do what they do. And I'm going to give y'all some solutions or some things you could do to work on these placements. And when I'm giving y'all these solutions, I understand 100% it's more easier said than done. Like I said in my all videos, I'm not perfect. I'm not on a soapbox telling y'all like this is how you do it and just do it and just fix a problem and that's it. Like I understand how difficult having placements aspecting your moon, especially Pluto, the planet of Pluto, the powerful planet of Pluto, aspecting your moon especially is difficult. So like I said, when I give you all these solutions, I'm not saying it from a sense of being perfect and I know all the answers, But doing research and listening to people and understanding this energy, I know the things you can do to actually help release the inner tension with this placement. So boom, what happens when you have Moon squaring Pluto? So now, first of all, we already know that Pluto is a planet of hidden secrets, of hidden things, of trauma. And when you have the planet of trauma and hidden things squaring the planet of our past, of our emotions, of the things that we hold deep down inside of us, our dear, like our inner roots, a lot of times with displacement, these people will have emotions that they kind of suppress a lot. Pluto kind of covers things up. It kind of overpowers whatever influence it has on another planet. It overpowers it and it covers it up. So a lot of times with displacement, you could be feeling a certain way, feeling things, and not really acting towards your emotions, but you kind of cover it up. And what Pluto does is Pluto hates being suppressed. A lot of times with displacement, these people, when it comes to the moon energy, the motherly figure was usually very either nosy or nitpicky or kind of domineering, or always wanted to get in your business, or always wanted to know what you're doing, always wanted to dominate you in a way, always wanted to control you in a way, to the point that a lot of times growing up, these people really have a distaste and a detest for people knowing what they're doing, knowing where they're going, have a detest of people trying to control them, have a detest for people trying to have a sense of power over them. So because of this, a lot of times they kind of mask their emotions, they kind of cover it up, they kind of hide their emotions from people, even from themselves a lot. And what happens when you do this, to the point that emotions are something that you can't hide for too long. And I'm an Aquarius moon, and I already told you on my Aquarius videos, a lot of times Aquarius energy really kind of detaches away from emotions, kind of doesn't really think about emotions like that. And I'm telling y'all from experience that you cannot detach or cover up or hide things that have to do with emotions, because it's gonna come out in a different way than what you think, than what you want it to be. It's gonna come out anyway. It has to come out because it's there. So with displacement though, Pluto squaring the moon is gonna have that tension between hiding your emotions, not wanting to be overpowered by somebody, not wanting to be controlled by somebody, not wanting to open up your heart to someone, not wanting to really be vulnerable to someone. Because like I said, y'all felt what it's like to have your heart, your emotional energy, your heart energy, your moon energy being vulnerable. And at a certain point, someone in your past, someone in your childhood, someone in that Cancer moon energy, in your safety net, whenever you felt safe to be vulnerable with that person or situation, something happened that forced something chaotic happened, something traumatic happened, that forced sudden change all of a sudden, that forced you to feel pain all of a sudden, that forced you to feel trauma all of a sudden, to the point that's like, now, all right, so I'm not going to open up no more. I'm not going to be vulnerable no more. I'm not going to show nobody how I truly feel no more. And that's that Pluto energy squaring up with the moon, covering up your emotions, hiding it, and keeping it secluded in a point. And like I said, with displacement, with moon energy, with emotions, the more you hide it, the more you keep it down low, the more you keep it inside yourself, the more you try to forget about it, the more it builds up. And we're talking about Pluto energy. Pluto is destructive. Pluto does not like to be confined too long. Pluto likes to be in control. So these people, when they erupt, finally, when all that built up energy is built up inside of them, when they erupt, when their emotions can't take it no more, when their emotions have to be felt, they erupt at the most unsuspected moments. Their emotions can be extremely intense at the most unsuspected moments. You can look at them, they could be always cool, calm, collected, but then they'll have that one day and that one thing will happen and they'll just turn from 0 to 100 real quick. So understand that Pluto wants to hide their emotions and keep it hidden. But if you're consciously aware that you're going through something and you're not really trying to find an outlet, and I'm going to help you out with the outlets later on in this video, but if you're not trying to find an outlet to express that emotion, if you're holding on to the past too long, and we already know moon energy, Cancer energy likes to hold on to the past big time. And when you have Pluto energy, it means your past, when it comes to your emotions, has some type of trauma towards it. So if you're holding on to the past too much, if you're holding on to what happened to you back then too much, too long, and you're keeping it inside yourself so long, Pluto is going to erupt at the most unsuspected moments. So these people really have extremely intense, I would say intense when you're talking about Pluto or Scorpio, extremely intense emotions if they don't know how to really express it effectively. And now the way you can actually help yourself, because squares are bad or harsh or hard aspect when you look at it from surface value, But when you dig deep and try to understand, like, all right, so how can I make this better? What is this trying to teach me? How can I transform myself? How can I propel myself with this harsh, bad aspect? Understand that Pluto and the moon can really help you to understand your emotions, help you to know how to transform yourself emotionally, know how to really express yourself in a correct way emotionally. But you're going to go through those turmoils, you're going to go through those chaotic events. You're gonna be forced to really learn how to let go of the past a little bit, let go of what happened to you chaotically, because I understand moon energy is definitely more easier said than done to really let go of the traumas and let go of the things that hurt you in the past. But if you're not doing this with this placement, moon squaring Pluto, if you're holding on too much, it's going to erupt in the most unsuspected moments. It's not going to be pretty for people around you. It's not going to be pretty for yourself. You could be projecting out energy, doing things from emotional turmoil that's self-destructing yourself, because you already know Scorpio energy, Pluto energy is self-destructive. So you could be doing things like, let's say, alcohol, drugs, or escaping, or anything like overindulging in sex. Do anything that kind of gives you an emotional release, but in a self-destructive way. So a way that can help you out to release this energy, and it's the biggest thing, is to do something physical. Either go to the gym or do yoga or go for a walk. Do something physical to kind of release that tension, because when you have emotional tension built up, your body needs a way to release it. Do something physical to release it, write to release it, do something artistic to release it, do something you love to do that helps you release your emotions out onto something else besides someone else. Find a way to release the tension within inside you, because if you're not releasing that tension somehow, it's going to build up. It's not going to be a good sight for people around you. So now if you understand, if you know someone with Pluto and Scorpio, Pluto squaring Scorpio, understand that they have a hard time really opening up like that because of the trauma they felt in the past. And now if you have this placement, understand that the moon energy is a feminine energy, so it's intuition. Pluto energy can kind of make you mistaking your intuition for paranoia. Now let me explain that real quick. I'm not saying that don't listen to your gut feeling, don't listen to your intuition, but a lot of times you can think that, all right, so I'm not going to be vulnerable in this situation. I'm not going to open up because this person is doing this, or because it's like your intuition, you're going to have a feeling of not trying to open up because your intuition is telling you something, when mistakenly it could be just the paranoia of Pluto, the paranoia of your past, the paranoia of what it felt like being vulnerable in the past, that's blocking you from actually being vulnerable in this reality. So understand that. Don't look for problems so much. Don't try to create problems so much, because Pluto kind of has a way of not liking things being like peachy creamy. It doesn't like things being too calm. It kind of expects chaos a lot. So you can low-key expect chaos so much that you're mistaking your intuition for being for actually thinking and making things peaceful. You can mistaken that to be like, all right, something's gonna happen, or maybe I'm gonna spark something, maybe I'm gonna manipulate something. Because a lot of times, like I said, moon energy, Pluto squaring moon, you could be emotionally manipulative, low-key, if you're working from the negative aspects of this square. You can know how to really tap into people's emotions and kind of like let them feel some type of pain that you felt. You can really know how to tap into people's inner psyche, inner emotional energy, and manipulate in a way, because Pluto, remember, is power and control, is manipulative. So you could do that. You could mistake your paranoia for intuition and be always paranoid that somebody's trying to get you, someone's out to hurt you, so you can really close your heart and cover it up. And like I said, I'm not speaking from being perfect. I understand how hard it is to try to be vulnerable when you felt what it's like to be vulnerable, and you got that innocence, I would say, taken away from you being vulnerable. But we have to learn, I keep saying we, I don't have this placement, but I understand y'all. Y'all have to learn how to try to open up a little more and be vulnerable, because the more that you cover your heart and close your heart, it's just going to be building up. That tension's going to be building up. That square is going to be building up that friction, and it's going to erupt when you least expect it. You're going to always be feeling like someone's out to get you. That paranoia is going to be really big. You're going to always feel, when it comes to opening up, being emotional, being vulnerable, it's going to be difficult for y'all with this placement, because Pluto squaring the moon is going to be difficult for y'all to actually fully be at peace with actually being able to be vulnerable, because of holding on to the past, or being paranoid, or feeling that pain, not finding a way to release your emotional energy in the correct way. All these things make it extremely difficult for these people. So if you know someone that has displacement, be patient with them. Try to understand them, and also be the one to try to let them know that you're not out to get them. And if you have displacement, like I said, do the inner work, really understand your past, try to let go of it, try to release it, like I said, through physical activity, through artisticness, try to release that tension inside you. Do something to actually work on your emotional nature with this placement, and you'll find yourself actually transforming yourself with this placement, being able to be vulnerable with the right people, being able to distinct your paranoia from your intuition, not being so paranoid all the time that you're actually blocking blessings, blocking people coming into your life. And you realize that you can turn this square, this harsh, hard aspect, into a positive for yourself in this reality. So that was my video on Pluto square Moon. I hope y'all enjoyed that. My next video is going to be on Pluto square Mercury, and you already know I'm about to go in. If you have subscribed to my channel, appreciate all y'all for real, you already know. But if you still haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, handle the one time for your boy. Don't forget to drink your water, mind your business, and be safe out here. It's your boy Lil Finesse Jiggy Hippie. I'ma see all y'all when I see y'all. Peace.